The hits keep coming from Musk and Doge, and now they're starting to take out a lot of like Social Security offices. And understand, I want you to think about who goes in to get Social Security. It is widowers, it is orphans, and it is people who are in their 60s who are retiring. And a lot of this stuff, they're not necessarily adept at doing stuff online. If you're in your 60s, I can tell you right now, I am not in my 60s. I'm getting there. But I did not have a computer. Nobody I knew had a computer as a freshman in college. Certainly no one had one in high school. We are not computer natives like people are today. And so people who are 5, 10 years older than me, the idea that they may need to go in and do this paperwork in person or to show documents, to prove documents. I was married to this person. They passed away, whatever it is. That includes people who may be in their 70s even, right? I mean, somebody passes away. So when you start to shut down those offices, you're preventing people from getting their benefits. You're preventing, potentially existing recipients of Social Security and others. And so all of this, like, people are starting to realize what's being cut here. And also that it's illegal. And we're going to find that out during the continuing resolution of the budget. Because if it was legal, then you wouldn't be able to pass a continuing resolution because the budget's already been changed unilaterally by the president. So the Republicans had said, we're not going to do any more town halls because George Soros was personally paying people to show up at the town halls.
He's everywhere, that guy. I mean, wow, they really just don't want to hear the free speech of their constituents.
They just hate the idea of a billionaire coming in and influencing our politics.
Right.
And so they had canceled, apparently, or said they were going to cancel their town hall meetings. Well, a couple of Republicans did not get the memo that they were supposed to cancel their town hall meetings. And maybe a couple of them were like, oh, man, I don't have to worry about this. I'm in blood red Texas. I don't have to worry about my constituents. They're all dupes. Well, it seems that Representative Keith Self found out in Texas's 3rd that's not the case. He had a town hall on Saturday.
The other one is the Doge program.
Wow.
Now, the Republicans want you to believe that this has all been coordinated and that these are really organizers. I mean, the bottom line is, yeah, of course. The reason why people show up at meetings, people get organized to show up at meetings all the time. The idea that like, well, but these are local groups that are, right. Who cares?
Well, why are they turning out now? Because activists try to get people to show up to this stuff all the time. It's only 100%. Now that they're showing up.
Of course. There's no meetings you go to where it's just like random, like, I had no idea this meeting was going on. I just finally, just out of the blue, tuned in to what was happening at the local. No.
The algorithm hypnotized me here.
But
exactly.
In Texas, it's almost 130,000 federal workers in the state. So, like, the idea that this is entirely astroturfed is ridiculous on its face.
Of course it's not. I mean, the idea that it's organized makes total sense. Of course it's organized. But by local groups that don't get any funding. These are all just volunteers who are going out and doing this. And it's indicative of the Republicans having a problem. Now, they want to put their head in the sand, but it's not working. Here is Roger Marshall from Kansas
Senator.
a senator, I should say, in Oakley, Kansas. Didn't go so well. Remember,
Soros has a lot of sway in Oakley.
30% of federal workers are veterans. Plus, they're slashing VA services.
Yeah. And in Kansas City in particular, in the metro area, we said this last time we covered a town hall from there. It's 30,000 federal workers. I think it's the largest employer in the metro area.
Now look at this guy getting up here, clearly like one of these like radical. He was out there.
SJWs.
Yeah, exactly.
Right now, as far as cutting out those jobs, a huge percentage of those people, and I know you care about the veterans, are veterans.
Yes.
And that is a damn shame.
Yes. Yeah.
That is a damn shame.
I'm not a Democrat, but I'm worried about the veterans, man.
Well, I yielded to one of my elders, and I appreciate his comments. I think it's a great, I'm not going to, we don't have time for everyone to stand up. I do got 2 more commitments today. Appreciate everybody making the drive out, and God bless America. Thank you.
Wait, what?
In an hour.
So he just walked out.
That's nuts. I hadn't seen that clip, and I thought like, oh, he said, listen, I know you're. I thought he like that guy just literally pretended like he did not hear that. I don't know if that guy who was standing up was a vet talking about other vets. And then the guy camera pans over like, I'm not a Democrat, but I do care about the vets. And
Hey,
Look at the
peace.
time.
this senator goes, thanks for asking the question. Bye.
I have 2 more commitments.
I gotta go to the bathroom. And don't, if I'm running out the back door, I mean, just don't worry about it. I'll be back any second.
This is a guy who's looking at the audience going like, okay, I can outrun just about 95% of these people. Bye.
This is the bind that Musk is putting these Republicans in, and Trump, which is that they basically have to answer to their constituents about this, but the number one person that they have to answer to before they answer to the people they're supposed to be representing is the guy that's the richest person on the planet who's going to fund a primary challenge against them if they don't do his bidding.
Exactly.
What we are at a level in the post-Citizens United world where it's just completely out in the open, whether it's the crypto scams and the pump and dumps that Trump is engaging in openly using the federal government to enrich himself and the power of the presidency, or if it's like this, which is just exactly the problem with equating money as to speech and unleashing it in our politics, which means that if you have more money, you have more speech, and one guy has the most money on the planet, so he has the most speech, and it can drown out all those voices. It's up to the constituents to punish them in 2026, though.
Yeah, 2026 is going to be increasingly important to just get us back to somewhere that is even a relative baseline. There's nothing outside of these court cases. There's not much structurally the Democrats can do right now except essentially communicate to the American population that things are messed up and here's how they're messed up. And what is happening to you now, whether it's a loss of Social Security checks, whether it's loss of services from the VA, whether it's your kid is in danger because they can't get a measles vaccination because maybe they're immunocompromised and they're living in an area now which is like there's a measles outbreak, or the price of your car has gone up by $10,000 because Donald Trump has decided to wage a completely irrational, non-cohesive tariff war on 2 countries to justify essentially making America whiter, right? Like he has to do Mexico and Canada to sort of justify it. Like it's not just about the brown people. There's a lot of fentanyl coming in through Canada. Of course there's not. But, and so, I mean, on and on and on like this. But the Democrats have to get out there and explain to people why this is happening. What the relationship between government and the immiseration that they're going through is. And I don't know if they're going to do it. We'll see. But we'll see.
See Bernie if you can.
Exactly. Hopefully there'll be more popping up. We got a lot more to talk about. Hey, folks, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and check out our daily show. We do it every day at 12 p.m. Eastern for about 2.5 hours. We even take phone calls. You should check that out.